Guys, today's What If is about what if the Saiyans have a technique called soul fusion. This technique will fuse the Saiyans' souls. For example, when one Saiyan dies, if there's a Saiyan with them, between 10 minutes after death, the Saiyans could agree to do a fusion which will fuse the dead Saiyan soul with the one that's alive. The weakest Saiyan of the fusion will get the power multiplied by 50. For example, a world-class warrior with 1,600 fusing with a elite warrior with 5,000. The power level when fused will be 80,000. That'll be a really powerful technique for the Saiyans, which will give more reason for Frieza to destroy them. But he'll only do it if a Saiyan reaches a power level of 12,000 maybe, and another Saiyan has one higher than that, or equal, but the Saiyans are getting really close to it, so Frieza's scared that it'll happen, then he'll lose, even though he has 3 different forms. But if the Saiyans become a Super Saiyan, that'll also be a large problem. 30 million. Also getting a few more years of training. Yeah, surpassed Frieza. So after Frieza destroyed the planet, well, in this story, he might not. Because in this story, when Bardock goes on the mission, by the way, we're doing the movie of Bardock, but his attitude's like the one in the Broly movie. This time, before the other Saiyan dies, he commences the ritual and his power, let's say the one that died right before Bardock's eyes, his power level was like 5,000, which means Bardock's power in total will be 250,000. So then Bardock easily defeats all of the Frieza soldiers, quickly heals himself, gets a Zenkai boost. His power level now boosted up to 500,000. And now he's fighting Frieza. He still gets injured a lot because let's say that the soul fusion will make it so they're heavily weakened if one of them died. They could also do it before they die, but it'll have same results, and doing it when a Saiyan dies will help more. And you can't fuse them by forcing it. You have to both allow to do it. Now I'm gonna be taking a step from Anime Ball Z's book, which in his video he made it so Namekians and Saiyans could fuse. So nothing will change except that Bardock tries to fight Frieza. He overpowered Frieza in that little struggle, but then Frieza was able to transform to his second form, 1 million, beats Bardock, then destroys the whole planet. But I don't think he would kill Raditz right on the spot, because I don't think he knew that he was Bardock's son. What would happen is that once Vegeta hits 18,000, he'll still let them continue to grow because now he's staying in his second form all the time. After the Doria died, he had a new replacement. Let's call him Necroseer. His power level is like 31,000. While the Doria's gone up to 23,500. Now we'll be leaving off at the Dragon Ball Goku versus King Piccolo. King Piccolo will be unaware of the Saiyan and the Namekian fusion, so they decided not to. Everything happens the same till Goku's offered the Guardian of Earth title. In this one, I think Kami says Goku become the Guardian of Earth. Basically the same thing, but during the end he says, if we fuse, our power will grow heavily. Which Goku never knew. The fusions were basically the same, but they weren't exactly the same. So the fusion between Namekian and Saiyans will make it 10 times the more powerful wait, no. Let's make it 20 times. Goku gets a little boost. Just to round up Goku's power level 350, I would say. Which would put his power at 7,000, equal to Nappa's. Goku accepts this finally, which is because he could make Dragon Balls to help them. The Dragon Balls will be much stronger. He has different abilities. He'll have the knowledge of Kami. It'll be a much better wife for Gohan, being able to study in peace and quiet, which he probably knows that Gigi wants that. And nothing else really till the Raditz Saga. Goku still trains a lot. His power level is now like 16,000. Yeah, 16,000. Never mind, 21,000. His power level multiplied by 3. Now, Raditz, I'd say, is decently aware of what happened, because in this one, let's say he got suspicious because his father was supposed to be on a different mission at the time. So he got suspicious that Frieza did it, but Vegeta probably wouldn't believe him, and he didn't tell Vegeta. But after trying really hard, getting Zenkai boosts, his power level raised up to 5,000, which is more powerful than most of Frieza's elites. Well, not most of them, but some of them. The ones who fought Bardock's crew were, I'd say, one of the most powerful, or some of the most powerful, which their power levels were probably around 4,500 to 5,000. They probably had to team up against Dora, or whatever his name was, the one that Bardock fused with. So what happens after is that after they commence the Saiyan fusion and the Namekian blah blah blah, Goku tried to master it, now it's the Raditz Saga. Gohan would be half human, quarter Namekian. Wait, after I say half a quarter Namekian, Namekian things only happen in his blood. No looks. A quarter and a half a quarter Saiyan, but mostly human. So it doesn't really have as much as a battle, which Gohan didn't really have a battle thing. But I'd say Namekians are normally more elderly, so Gohan, I guess he's smarter. Once I think Gohan might have gotten in a fight, which then, let's say once Gohan then got his arm destroyed and it was almost getting falling, Goku and Gigi went to see Gohan. Senzu Beans couldn't recover this, okay? But then Gohan's arm just magically grew back. Totally magic, people. But it was like really slowly it started growing back. Then Gigi realized, wait a second. That old man Kami could regrow arms, right? Doesn't that mean since you fuse with him, you'll have whatever he is, which means you could regrow arms? That means Gohan could regrow arms, which means he's really safe, actually. Hey, never thought about that. That's what Goku probably said. So, Goku doesn't know he can get constant Zenkais, but let's say that Goku can't get constant Zenkais because that would make the story far too overpowered. Let's say if he's using the Namekian regeneration, it's just 1% of the normal Zenkai he was supposed to get. Like for a natural Zenkai of like a 3 times multiplier, it'll only be a 30% boost or 20% boost. So, wait, no, 2% boost. Which won't be that high, but that's only to make the story fair. But I'd say that when the Saiyan regrows the arm will have like more durability. It'll basically have more durability than the last one. It's like 0.01% more durable each time something gets injured and regrows back. Goku also doesn't need to eat as much. He only needs to drink more to keep him hydrated. So does Gohan, but not as much as Goku. So that's probably why Goku took up being like a farmer. He'll help the family by farming. Okay, now it's the Raditz saga. Sorry, I think we'll end it off at the Saiyan saga. But Raditz would just be at Earth. By the way, Nappa's power level is like 10,000. While Vegeta's will be like 21,000. Goku would still win because of his ability since he fused with a Namekian. So what would happen is that Goku's brother or Raditz will meet up. Raditz tells Goku all about it. But this time, Raditz doesn't threaten Goku since he knew Goku's power when he meets Piccolo though. Piccolo's power is like 2,000. But then Raditz realized something. Their power level together, if they fuse, that power will be 100,000, which will make Piccolo happy that they could kill Goku or Kakarot, but after a bunch of training they could kill Frieza, then both of their problems will be dealt with. But Raditz wouldn't do it. Also, I'd say Piccolo will eventually calm down since, well, Goku's now his flesh and blood. If Goku dies, he dies. Well, I don't think that'll happen though. I think this is what'll happen. If Piccolo dies, Goku's power will remain the same, but just all of Kami's abilities will just disappear. But if Goku dies, Piccolo dies. Yeah, sorry guys, I don't make the rules, I just follow them. Well, there aren't really any rules, but the Mecha Infusion practically works that way. I'd say the same thing works with Saiyan Fusion, but it keeps the power. So what happens next is that Goku tries to fight Raditz, or Raditz tries to fight Goku to see Goku's strength, but Goku shows it and Raditz is like, ah! Goku punches Raditz and Raditz, how are you that powerful? Wow, Goku's like, oh, explains that he fused with Kami, and then explains his abilities. So after explaining, Raditz is like, what the heck? By the way, when Goku hears about Frieza, and since he's also the guardian of Earth, he knows that Frieza will eventually target Earth. So, Vegeta and Nappa still come. Goku trains Raditz. I wouldn't say Piccolo will be willing to give up his life for fusing with Raditz. Raditz is more powerful, so he'll be the more dominant personality. I'd say Gohan would train with Raditz, Goku and Piccolo every once in a while, but wait, I'll take that statement back. He'll only do like a good amount of push-ups, like 10 push-ups. Wait, no, 20 push-ups, 20 sit-ups, 20 squats, and a 100-mile run every day. By the time Vegeta and Nappa arrive, which is the same time, Gohan's power level is like 131. Yeah, it's high, but not that high. Since the training wasn't as difficult, by like the 1 month end of it, he changed it to 150 kilometers. 30 sit-ups, 30 squats, 30 push-ups. Okay, so what will happen now is that Raditz's power level is like 22,000, Piccolo's is 20,000, Goku's is actually 41,000. So here's how they train. Raditz and Piccolo try to fight Goku. They're teaming up. Goku's still winning with the combination of techniques / no techniques, but he still has the Mafuba. Yay, Goku finally has the Mafuba, so when Zamasu comes, Goku could use the Mafuba to capture Zamasu. What'll happen now is that Goku will try to fight Zamasu, but wait, no. Sorry guys. This is just getting too out of hand. I haven't recorded a video in such a long time. I'm gonna try to make this one extra long. But what'll happen is that once Vegeta and Nappa arrive, I'd say they'll arrive at the same time to try to recruit them to fight. Once they realized the powers, they all trained, and Frieza knew they were gonna try to attack him, but he's gonna take his time. 2 years, let's say. I'd say timelines don't change and future Trunks still comes, but let's say it happens like a few weeks after Frieza arrives. So like 5 days before Frieza arrives, they realize that Goku and the others won't be strong enough. Bulma even made a gravity chamber that goes up to 200 times gravity. And they still can't get strong enough because Vegeta knew that if Frieza is King Code's son, his power will be at least 10% of King Code's power. So Vegeta's power level, I'd say, is like 910,000, Raditz 900,000, Nappa's 750,000, same reason as my last what if, which is Nappa's old age. Nappa, well, he's basically the most experienced out of the crew, but he doesn't seem to have as much potential as Vegeta and Nappa, because his power level before Planet Vegeta explodes was probably like 3,000, and his power increase was like 133.33%. That's how he got to 7,000, which is my original power level for him. So what happens now is that Nappa tries to fight Frieza with Raditz. By the way, Goku's power level is 1.6 million. I'd say Frieza's third form's power level is like 1.8, no, 2 million, which Goku tries to fight Frieza after Vegeta, Raditz, and Nappa beat second form Frieza. Frieza transforms. Goku could beat Frieza, but with help of the other three. They all have a good amount of senzu beans. Eventually, Frieza got to blow away Goku's arm and do massive damage to Goku. Goku missed the arm, got his leg cut off right after, got a hole through his leg, but then used most of his power to most of his power left to regenerate all those injuries. I know I said 1% to heal, but I'll change that up to 5%. So I'd say it was normally a 20 times multiplier, but now it's like a 2 times multiplier. Frieza's in his final form. Now it's like the same battle as before. Namek Saga, Goku versus Frieza, but no Kaioken for Goku. Same thing happens, but Goku's getting absolutely tortured. But then the other Saiyans come in. Vegeta and Raditz finally decided to fuse. Soul Fusion, Vegeta gets the dominant personality. The looks are still the same. Wait, never mind. It's basically like the fusion dance version of Goku, of Vegeta and Raditz, but this time their powers absolutely powerful. 14 million. Wait, never mind. That's a newly Zenkai Raditz. Never mind. I think I know what to do. After they fuse, they take a senzu bean, and then they get a 3 times multiplier, I'd say they weren't as injured because Goku would have been taking the brunt of the battle since he's so caring. And after fusing, they might have large injuries, but look at Bardock. He only had it 2 times. I'd say 4 times might be a little rough. I'd say it's like a 100 and now let's just say it's a 100%. Adding to his power 28 million, tried to fight Frieza, but still fails. So Goku, after seeing all of this, his Namekian Saiyan blood starts to fuse. And this is what I call Super Namekian Goku. That's right, he turns giant, mixes the power of Uzuru with the Super Namekian giant form or whatever it's called. And Super Saiyan giant ape destroyer form. Just kidding, that isn't an actual form, but just to fuse them a little more, that's gonna be a made up form. It's basically a 10 times sized Goku. 5 times sized Goku and Kami fused together with the Soul Fusion. But his power also multiplied by 10. But adding on Akari, it's only a 2 times size multiplier. I'm just trying to make it a little more fair, okay? We don't want a giant Goku to shoot a giant Kamehameha wave. Or, yeah. I already see Kami using a powerful key attack. So, we're almost hitting the 30-minute mark. So after that, Goku's power level after another Zenkai after getting massively beaten up by Frieza and getting the Senzu Bean to heal him, his power level raised up to, drumroll please, a 5 times multiplier. All of his Zenkais will be like a little worse than before, but they'll be more consistent in power. Like if Goku had a 33 times multiplier in power for Zenkai boost, but then Goku's power was like another Zenkai boost was like a 2 times, it would be a 3 times, basically a 50% extra for the Zenkai, which will be high, but I wouldn't call it that high. I'll just give it an extra, like it was supposed to be a 3 times. I'll just make it an extra, rounding it up to 5 times, 15 million. By the way, Dr. Gero didn't record it. Literally, I don't like the fact that androids are based on strength or whatever. I don't think Dr. Gero will be able to get a gauge upon Goku's strength, and they barely had any data. So I'd say the androids are still around the same strength. I'd say the androids are like only, for example, Dr. Gero, I'd say is 180 million. Well, I'll put his power level now at 210 million, while Android 19, the clown android, is a power level of 200 million, while Android 18 is 410 million, while Android 17 is 420 million, while Android 16 is 650 million. Basically, it's quite a fair power gauging. So Goku basically puts all his power left but basically it's like the key cohort, the final explosion, the super Kamehameha wave, the final flash, all mixed together, which is the final super Kamehameha. The power multiplication formula is 20 times of the user's power, but it'll leave the users or the user just heavily injured. But this time Goku compressed it. It can't be compressed into like a death beam, but he was able to compress it to when he, like the Kamehameha wave, when he was a kid and fired it against the Red Ribbon Army. He changed the size to get that, but the power was concentrated into a 60 times multiplier, which, yeah, his power was already 150 million. A compressed Kamehameha will just unfreeze Frieza can power up to full power. They all eventually learn Akari, but after Vegeta and Raditz fuse, by the way, Piccolo's doing his secret training and is still watching it. He knew that they'll be able to pull it off. Let's just say Vegeta took him out or got him to meet his whole entire race, but he totally isn't fusing with everyone there. Then he'll eventually be able to beat Frieza with his dazzling power level of 200 million. That is totally not what's happening right now. But all seriousness, he asked for answers upon the Namekians. After training for 1 year, a few weeks before, let's just say the hyperbolic time chamber training was 1 month before Frieza arrived. After Piccolo trained, his power was like 920 million, no thousand, but he knew that the other Saiyans would just surpass him after fusing. By the way, Nappa is gone. Yeah. Instead of fusing with Raditz, let's just say he fused with Nappa. Say Malcolm. I just got the names mixed up. But Vegeta only fused with Nappa, not with Raditz, because, well, world-class warrior, he'll only take elite blood, no world-class blood. Ew. That's basically Vegeta. He's calming down, but he still won't take world-class blood. Basically what happens now is everything happens, future Trunks eventually comes, but this time he stays to teach them all Super Saiyan. Now, we're hitting the 34-minute mark. Okay, so make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, give a like to the video, comment down below if you want this what if scenario to continue onto the Android saga, but the video's super long compared to the videos I used to have. So goodbye.